Thanks so much for joining me for my top 7 Chanel products and top 7 Chantecaille products of 2024. As I start rounding up my products for my favorites of 2024, I thought we would do categories in brands as well as categories of products. So like top blushes, top eyeshadows. I thought we would do top brand items because I know some of you are very dedicated and loyal to your brands. So Chanel and Chantecaille are amongst my favorite brands, and I have 7 here. I meant to do 5, but I couldn't resist. I do have more Chanel and more Chantecaille than anything else. And Chantecaille has an early access code for you. Their promotion starts Monday for early access. That's Monday the 25th of November with the code GRACE25. So if you use GRACE25, you have early access to the sale before the public does. So that is 3 days earlier than the public has access. And if you shop early, then you have a better chance of the items being in stock. So again, GRACE25 gets you early access 3 days early for the Chantecaille promotion of 25% off. So we're going to be actually applying these products side by side. You'll see Chanel products over here, you'll see Chantecaille products over here, and you'll get to see kind of differences in finishes, because if you like Chanel, especially their base products, you'll probably really like Chantecaille as well. So there's a very similar aesthetic when it comes to the foundation products for both of these, but there are also some differences. So I think that might be interesting. And then you can also see eye products, cheek products, and lip products side by side. Oh, and also we'll be talking about Chantecaille fragrances. Someone had a question about Chantecaille fragrances, so I'll do a quick review of the fragrances that I have. I have approximately 5 of them. So make sure to stay tuned till the end if you'd like to see that. But we are going to do a get ready with me first, so let's go ahead and get started. I have back there all of my skincare that I usually use in the day and the evening. So I did want to point this out because of the sale. I do want to share my favorite new skincare product by Chantecaille. It's a 24 karat gold cream intense, and it is intense. I really use it for when I need a lot more care, and I like to apply it when my skin is very dry and needs some help, and it's just really luxurious, very hydrating but not heavy. It's a very, very beautiful cream. If you love their gold cream from before, you'll probably love this even more. I didn't think I could love the other gold cream more than I did. I'm glad they came out with this. Yeah, since most of my skincare is Chantecaille, I will do a skincare video at the beginning. Sorry, it's making a lot of noise. At the beginning of the year. But just a really quick rundown of my essentials for the day. I'm a skincare maximalist, so you'll see a lot of things here, but I have this Mai Eye Lift, and it has a little metal applicator, and it's like a serum texture, and I just apply it right under the eyes, and you can apply it up here as well, just for that lifting motion. And then I go in with the BioLifting Eye Cream next. It does some nice depuffing for me. There's the texture right there. And that's what I have on right now. I actually went in with that. I went in with the BioLifting, which is still in the other room. I forgot it there. And then I have here, I'll put a picture of it. And then I also have here the BioLifting cream, which looks a lot like the gold cream, but it's got a silver lid on it. This is my daytime routine of Chantecaille products. For the evening, I go in with the gold eye serum. And this has a metal roller on it, like this, and I just roll it on under my eyes, and then I go in with the gold eye cream, the 24 karat gold energizing eye cream. Yeah, so a little goes a long way. I just use the tiniest bit, like maybe that is enough for one eye. Can you see how much or how little that is? It's very little. Very potent creams. And then, like I said, the gold cream, this is what I use in the evening. The gold serum is also very nice if you want to do that as well, if you really like layering your skincare. I've done that before. And then I just did want to point out my favorite mask by Chantecaille is the Gold Recovery Mask, and it does exactly that. It helps my skin recover when it's been stressed from especially travel. I will bring a little bit of this with me. Yeah, and anytime my skin needs help, this is what I'm using. Like a butter texture, almost like a whipped butter texture. So this is my favorite mask. So now's a good time to save on those. And if there are any sets, I will list those below as well. We'll kind of go back and forth. Let's go in with Chanel on one side and then Chantecaille on the other. I don't think I've ever done these comparisons before, so this will be fun to see. I'm going to go in with this. This is the Eye Concealer by Chanel. It's in the shade 40. It comes in this pot here, and it's very luxurious. Now, I think I mentioned it recently. We're gonna use this because I can't find my regular brush. Oh, wait, actually, let's use this. It's a little bit large, but let's use this. This is the 506, the Angie Hot and Flashy brush, and it comes in that set of 3. It's very nice. So it's a little bit large for the eye area, but we'll use it. Okay, so the key with this is to prep the skin correctly, prep it well. So moisturize it well. I'd like for there to be a little bit of moisture under here, and then a little bit goes a long way here. But definitely is a more perfected look. And then I just took it all the way down. That's one Chanel favorite that I've been using most of the year. So I have been getting into more concealers, different concealers under the eye. Over here, we're going to go in with the Camoflauge Stylo by Chantecaille. And so this is number one of my favorites from Chantecaille. And this is very different. So it's like the opposite kind of concealer compared to this one. So this, are those even back there? Like that would bother me if they were not even. And like I said, we're going to talk about those fragrances in a bit. There was a request for a quick review on that. So this is 4C in the Camoflauge Stylo. Let me just take the same brush, just remove the excess, and then we're going to do really natural. So this is very natural, not perfected at all, but it just does a little bit of brightening. It's kind of like the YSL Touche Éclat, but it's more fluid than that. And then I don't know about you, but the Touche Éclat is a bit tricky for me to find a color that works, but 4C is great in the Chantecaille. Okay, and that's it. So that's the difference between those concealers, more perfected, more natural. You can see this one has more of a skin-like finish, that has more of a satin finish over there. They're both lovely, but I use them for different purposes. Yeah, this is more like in person, everyday makeup, really natural. Let's go in with foundation. So I have many foundations that I like from both of these. I have a full video on Chanel foundations if you wanted to take a look, but some of my most frequently used are the Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. I have mine in medium and medium plus. So that's definitely a favorite for this actually kind of a finish. If I wanted to be consistent with this Chantecaille concealer over here, I would go in with this. And then we've got this one, which is perfecting. So this is the Chanel Ultra Le Teint. I've featured these in many videos, so I'll see if I can link them below so you can see them in complete action. There's no way I can fit them all on my face right now, but this is really lovely, BD41. And anytime I wear this, I get lots of questions about it. What am I wearing? My skin looks perfected. And then this one is just very luxurious, more skincare-like, more opaque than a foundation I'm going to show you in a little bit that I'm going to feature from Chantecaille. So these are amongst my top used foundations from Chanel. They like to highlight the skin. They don't want to cover up the skin. They want it to look really natural. So that's what I really love about Chanel, which is why if you love Chanel, you might really love Chantecaille. And Chantecaille has a lot of fragrance-free products. And I know that fragrance can be an issue for some people with their skin. There might be a reaction. You might want to check out Chantecaille if fragrance is an issue. So for instance, this is a more full coverage. This one right here is the Chantecaille Future Skin. This has been a favorite of mine year after year. In fact, I think it's taken that #1 spot more than once. And this one is in Wheat. I also have this in Nude. It's a cushion. It's not like any other cushion. They're usually very hydrating and more fluid. This one is more like, actually it reminds me of this, but in a cushion form, but a little bit more of a little lighter weight though. We have the original Future Skin Gel here in cream, which is very much like skincare. Feels like skincare going on, has a pudding type consistency to it. It's really beautiful. Then I also have the updated Just Skin Tinted Moisturizers, which are also very lovely. One of my very favorite tinted moisturizers. And one thing about these Chantecaille foundations is that they wear really well over time as well. So we have here Wheat and Tan. So a blend of those is good for me. Of course, I'm always in between shades, but Wheat is like a warmer shade and then Tan is more neutral. In fact, let me put some swatches in here of the Chantecaille Future Skin, those that I have in this formulation, because I have lots of different shades. Each of these shades really spans a wide range. Even people who are like 2 to 3 shades lighter than me can wear cream as well, but I like it more sheer. So we'll go with Chanel over here and Chantecaille here. So let's start with cream on this side. We're going to take a brush that's in that set. This is a 101, and I'm going to take a little bit of cream here. We're going to skip primer for now, just so you can see what these look like on directly. Again, you can see how light it is. It'll start to mesh with the skin. And it goes on really seamlessly as well. Virtually undetectable on the skin. It has a beautiful satiny finish to it. So you'll see the difference between the Sublimage Le Teint and this one by Chanel. So this is in BD41, My Ideal Shade Match. It has a very similar pudding-like texture, but it's a bit more opaque than the Chantecaille. You can see here it's warmer as well. that's the difference in the finishes. If you ever wanted to know, I love them both. This has more of a satin finish, and this one does too, but there's a more of a glow to this, a little bit more of a hydrated looking finish than the Chanel. So that's one of the differences. Even though they have a similar finish, this one is more satiny than this one, even though this I would say is a satin finish. Okay, let's go in with CHANTECAILLE's Future Skin Cushion in Nude. So this one is a more neutral shade, and I can use it as a concealer directly on my clean hands like this, and I'm just going to dot onto my dark spots. And then right here, broken capillaries. We're gonna go in with one of my favorite products that Chanel created this year. It's the Le Beige Healthy Glow Sunkissed Powder. I have 3 of them. I will try to remember to link all of the videos below in case you want to see them. I have these 3. But my favorite one that I've been using is Light Coral. This one right here. And we're just gonna bronze with this one. So this is my 3rd Chanel favorite. I'm gonna do a quick brow. We're gonna use Jones Road Beauty Brow Gel. This is in translucent or transparent. This is the clear version of it. Let's go in with one of my newest favorite combinations. I don't know where this is in the sequence of events here, but I have another shade of the pencil from Victoria Beckham in Taupe for the brows, and I think I really love this combination. So we have here the Jones Road Beauty Clear Brow Gel. Just let it set for a moment there. And then we've got here Taupe by Victoria Beckham, and it's a newer shade to me, but this is like a winning combination here, this Taupe and then the dark brown. So let me show you. I think I filmed something, but I don't remember where it is in terms of when it's posting. So this is a really great base almost, because it's very light, but it's also cool toned. So it's really great for that beginning part of the brow, because this is where a lot can go wrong. If it's too dark and too intense, it makes my brows look severe, like I'm angry. So this is a really great way to build dimension and be more subtle. You can make this subtle with dark brown, but it's a lot of room for error doing it that way, because if I make one of these little hairs too thick, then it really stands out. So it's nice to be able to go in with this lighter shade first, like maximalist world we're living in here with brows. But I think it pays off, because you'll see in a bit, I'm going to add this dark brown really towards this, maybe towards the middle part of my brow here, and then the arch. Do a little couple bits here, but not really go to the front like we normally do, because we already have a little bit of color there. So just like that. Subtle, but makes a big difference. Okay, so just like that. Yeah, it turns out really nice with those 2 shades in there. I know it's a lot, but it makes a big difference. 3rd favorite by CHANTECAILLE, and I still love this. I don't use it as regularly as I have before, but I really feel like no one else can approach or compete with this powder. Yeah, it just blurs the appearance of pores. It just smooths it over. It also helps color correct. If you remember, I just added a little bit of that CHANTECAILLE Future Skin Cushion in Nude, and it really just served as a concealer. Yeah, Cheetah is a really beautiful neutral palette. It goes with pretty much everything, so you can see here how much I love it. I have a second one as well. We're going to go in with this lightest shade here. It's like a beautiful, almost a vanilla peach shade. Really easy to use, and then I can bring this all the way up to the brow, and it acts really like a nice base and neutralizes everything. You can see the difference there. Yeah, this is one of those palettes that I think doesn't look that exciting. So let's go in with this shade right here. I've got a Rephr number 27. Just like that. And then let's go in with this shade right here. Someone asked, I think recently, it's like a mocha shade. Really pretty. Look, this is my perfect kind of a palette. I'm surprised this did not sell out. I have a new fragrance called Beige by Chanel. I feel like this is such an ideal beige eye look. And then let's go in with a one and done on this side. Okay, so These singles, I love these singles by Chanel. So we have Brun Talpa, I have Quartz Fume, I have some fun ones like this one, Jade Facete, which I didn't use as much as I wanted to this year. It's really lovely. And then this one is also fun. This one is the Lilas Poudres, which is that beautiful lilac color. These are actually very wearable, these shades, if you wanted to pick them up. The Jade Facete and then also the Lilas Poudres. Yeah, really pretty. But of course, oh, I do have another one. The one that's like a transformer, the Blanc Pearl. This is also pretty, but it's a more of a transformer. So if you've tried this, it doesn't look like this on. It really just actually made my eyeshadow a little bit pink when I added this on top of it. Brun Talpa, which I'm going to apply because I want to try and mesh these together in a moment, but I want you to see them side by side. So let's just take here 33. This is a wide brush. I'm just going to brush this on lightly. So that would be my fourth favorite by Chanel that I've used the most this year. Like, that's just pretty. It's such an easy product to use. I love it. We are of course going to go in with mascara. I mean, this doesn't look like much, but let me add mascara and then you're going to see how this actually is an eye look. I love both Facete Longest Lash Mascara, and then we also have the one without the peptide. So let me put them on for you so you can see the difference. I'll put Facete Longest Lash on this side. This is the one with the peptides, and then I'll put the Facete on this side. Okay, so then again, I have the Facete here, and then here, I just looked it up just to make sure. It says it's an ultra volumizing lengthening mascara, and that's what I love about this, and both of them actually. They both say ultra volumizing and lengthening mascara, so you get volume, you get length, separation, no clumping, no flaking. Love that about it. And then also, this one over here has lash boosting peptides in it. So that one has the lash boosting peptide, and then this one does not. So that's the main difference. So I do want you to see how they look. Okay, just cleaning up the exterior with Clé de Peau. And then let's go ahead with blush. I'm going to go in with two blushes by CHANTECAILLE, and they're their philanthropy blushes. I love Sea Turtle. That's been a favorite of mine. I've got here a mini kabuki by Ray Morris. Her brushes are amazing. These really go on sale though. Okay, so that's Sea Turtle. Really beautiful traditional blush formula. And then Laughter Coral has a bit of a glow to it. So I'm just gonna add on a little bit of Laughter as well. Really pretty. Like, that's such an easy blush to use. We're gonna go in with this blush by Chanel, the Rose Ardent, and it's really pretty pink. So I love this formula. I have not had as much time to use this as much as I wanted to, but I really love the skin-like appearance of this blush. I feel like I need to add a little bit more CHANTECAILLE over here. Now that's one difference between like a powder or traditional powder blush like the CHANTECAILLE. It's very easy to just brush on. Here with this Chanel, I love the finish, but I kind of have to stipple it on just a little bit in the front here, or else it's gonna drag this makeup everywhere. So if I have concealer, I need to just be a little bit careful. The favorites that I have from both of them, my last favorites, are both lip products. I've been using the Rouge Coco Bombs the most from Chanel this year, and then I've been using this one, Lip Chic, the most, Bourbon Rose. So let me just do a couple here for you. Let's do this, the Lip Chic first, because it's a little bit more sheer than the Cocoon. The reason I like these is because they're so easy to reapply. So this is for someone going out to dinner or going to work and you just need to reapply often. This is really nice because it's not super opaque. It just adds a little bit of color, adds hydration, which I love the most about this. And it always looks really pretty. It goes with pretty much everything. So it's like a slight wash of color on the lips without being a lipstick. So this one is Bourbon Rose by CHANTECAILLE. Love the Lip Chic formula. I don't think you can go wrong if you just find a shade that you like. And then let's go in with Cocoon. Going with Cocoon. Really like the more vibrant shade here. Yeah, it's just a bit more opaque than Bourbon Rose. Still very comfortable. When it comes to lip products, I like really comfortable products. Okay, I feel like we got lost here a little bit in the application as to what are actually favorites of mine. So let's go over CHANTECAILLE first. We talked about skincare. I love their skincare. I rely on their skincare. I've tried so many different skincare lines, and there are some really lovely brands and products out there, but I continue to go back to CHANTECAILLE. even after I've tried other products. I really do love their skincare. Any of their base products I love. We had here also the Camoflauge Stylo. This eye palette, which is limited edition. These are the perfect shades for me. They really are. And so I do have 2 of these. Mascara. So we have the Facete mascara. We also have Facete Longest Lash Mascara. Philanthropy blushes. My favorite shades are Sea Turtle and also the Coral shade. I love those 2. Bourbon Rose Lip Chic. These are the products I go all the way through, and I have multiples of them. I can't not talk about this powder, so we're gonna do like 7 favorites. Top 7 items from Chantecaille Perfect Blur Powder. As you can see, it perfectly blurs. Then for Chanel, let's see if I can count this time. So we started off with the Chanel Under Eye Concealer. You could see how perfecting it was. Their foundations, so again, they do their base products really, really well. Le Beige Healthy Glow Sunkisssed Powder, the large palette here. I use that for contour, but I forgot to mention that I do like to swirl them together. I like the highlighter in here. I do prefer the other blush though to this blush, but I will use this blush in here. It's really pretty. And then we have here the single eyeshadows. Again, any color is really pretty, but I put on Brun Talpa today. And then we had this blush, very second skin-like. That's what I like about these blushes. And we have these, which are the Rouge Coco Bombs by Chanel. Okay, since I did 7 products from Chantecaille, top 7 products of the year, I am going to include this as number 7 for Chanel, even though we did not apply it. It is the Base Mattifiant. It's the Perfecting Makeup Primer, the mattifying one. So I typically apply it right here in the front of my face, on those pores to help smooth it out, help with longevity of makeup. Really beautiful. That is my number 7 for Chanel. All of the other videos will be top 5 in each brand. My most favorite items really do come from Chanel and Chantecaille, so I thought, okay, I think 7 is fair. That's really limiting it as it is, but those are amongst my most used. Okay, then I promised we were going to talk about the fragrances. So I'm just going to tell you what I picture when I smell these fragrances, because there's a definite image in my mind with each one of these fragrances. So this is Oud Fume, and it's so well loved that this label fell off here. This is like winter in a bottle. It is sitting by the fireplace under a cozy plaid wool blanket with a little bit of hot cocoa, and it's snowing outside. That's the coziness of this. So the Oud Fume part is like the fireplace part of it. There's a certain smokiness to this. There's a lot of depth to it. It's not overwhelming though. It's very pleasant. My husband loves this one as well. So actually we will both wear this one. So Oud Fume. I have here Darby Rose. So this one is not pungent. It is not powdery. So those are the images I have of rose fragrance from my memory in the past. But this is very much a rose in the garden kind of fragrance. I love this one. It doesn't look like I've used it much, and a little goes a long way, which is why it doesn't look like I have used these very much. I also have testers, so I probably use those more than anything else because I want to use those up first. But Darby Rose is really pretty. Highly recommend this one. If you aren't sure about rose, it's a really fresh rose fragrance. Then we have here Le Wild. Let me just smell this because I haven't worn this for a while. Oh, and if they have their discovery set, I recommend it. I'm not sure if they do, but I would definitely recommend it just so you can try everything. It's a heady floral, and it says it has green crispness. And that's what I love about this. You can really smell like that watery element in the stem part of the flower. I think that's where they're pulling that green crispness description. Is when you cut a flower and it has that freshness in the stem. That's what I'm smelling. So it's not overly floral. It sounds like it would be. But top notes are gardenia leaves. Gardenia, Brazil, Casablanca lily, tuberose, jasmine petals are the mid notes. And the dry down is ambergris and musk. But it's beautiful. Very sophisticated if you like floral, but you don't want too much flower. I actually need to wear this more now that I just sprayed it on. Vetiver is a clean fragrance. It's dry. It also has that woody citrus scent. This reminds me of like a spring morning walking through a forest. Not a dense forest, but a forest that has a lot of light coming through it. That kind of a forest. All of these are very sophisticated fragrances and ones that I think that a lot of people don't wear. So if you want something a little bit different than some of the mainstream fragrances, these are definitely more niche. And I don't see this one, but it's Vetiver Cedra, which is also very nice woody kind of scent. So I feel like Oud Fume might not be there anymore, but any of these florals are really beautiful. And if I can find them on other sites, I will list them for you. But that is it for my top 7 Chanel and top 7 Chantecaille products. Remember that GRACE25 gets you 25% off early access on the Chantecaille site. I will list all of those products in the description box below with links. And if there are any products from Chanel that are available on the YouTube affiliate links where the shopping tabs pop up right here, I will definitely include those. Thank you so much for using the shoppable tabs if you are using them, because they are just like affiliate links and it's a little bit more convenient to watch. But since Chantecaille is not connected with them, I will list them in the description box below, and I will also list them in a pinned comment. And use the code GRACE25 for 25% off early access. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Okay, I just realized I never evened out my eyes, so let me do that now. That's very funny. I did not notice that. Let's actually do Brun Talpa over here. There we go. And then let's add a little bit of the Chantecaille, just this on here. So when you see the intro, you'll know I realized I did not do this. And I was about to film another video with 2 different eyes.